Imagine a scenario where a tiger, confined within the stark boundaries of a zoo enclosure or wildlife sanctuary, begins to demonstrate surprising problem-solving skills, a vivid reminder that even animals known for their ferocity possess remarkable cognitive abilities. In this exploration, we delve deep into the intriguing world of big cat intelligence, focusing on documented instances and speculative scenarios where tigers learn to manipulate their surroundings. Picture a tiger that, through persistent observation and trial, figures out how to unlatch a door, push aside a heavy barrier, or even navigate a fence to escape its confines. Over the years, there have been astonishing accounts from around the globe where tigers have seemingly outsmarted their captors by learning to open doors, unlock gates, or find weak points in their enclosures. These stories provide a fascinating glimpse into the cognitive flexibility and problem-solving capacity of these magnificent predators. Tigers are renowned not only for their physical prowess but also for their sharp senses and learning abilities. In the wild, these big cats exhibit a high degree of adaptability, using their intelligence to stealthily hunt, mark territory, and avoid dangers. This natural cleverness can be observed even in captivity, where a tiger might watch human handlers operate mechanisms such as door locks or latch systems and then mimic these actions. Observations have revealed that some tigers have spent considerable time studying the structure of their enclosures, testing various methods to manipulate door handles or gates. They may use their powerful paws to prod at a latch, or employ their sharp teeth to chew on a chain, gradually learning the cause and effect of their actions. In one infamous case, a tiger managed to push open a seemingly secure gate by repeatedly pawing at it until the mechanism gave way, a demonstration of both persistence and adaptive problem-solving that left caretakers both astonished and concerned. The intelligence of big cats extends beyond mere physical manipulation. Tigers have been observed using a combination of memory, spatial awareness, and even social learning to overcome obstacles. For example, in some wildlife parks, a tiger has been known to follow the path of a previous escape attempt, recalling where a particular latch was weak or where a barrier could be climbed over. Their ability to learn from experience suggests that these predators are capable of forming mental maps of their environment, remembering which areas offer potential escape routes and which do not. In a controlled environment, where novelty is limited and every element of the enclosure is designed to restrict movement, a tiger's discovery of an exploit can lead to dramatic consequences, ranging from brief escapes that end in recapture to prolonged periods of evasion that force authorities to rethink their security protocols. In one particularly harrowing account from a renowned wildlife sanctuary, a tiger managed to escape its enclosure by sequentially learning to operate a series of mechanisms. First, it figured out how to unlatch a door by applying repeated pressure with its paw. Then, when confronted with a secondary barrier, a tall fence with an interlocking gate, the tiger observed the way the fence was structured and began to test its climbing ability. Using a combination of strength and agility, it climbed part of the fence and discovered a gap near a support post. With careful maneuvers, the tiger squeezed through the opening and escaped into the surrounding area. Although it was eventually recaptured, this incident left a lasting impression on staff and researchers, demonstrating that the cognitive capabilities of big cats extend far beyond what was once assumed. The tale of such escapes fuels the ongoing debate about how intelligent these animals really are and raises important questions about captivity, animal welfare, and the ethics of restraining creatures with such complex minds. Beyond isolated incidents, studies of feline behavior suggest that tigers and other big cats have a surprising capacity for innovation when faced with challenges. Their problem-solving skills have been compared to those of primates, with some researchers arguing that the evolutionary pressures of survival in the wild have honed their ability to adapt to new situations. The underlying neurological structures of tigers, particularly in regions of the brain associated with learning and memory, indicate that these animals are not only capable of complex behaviors but also of adapting those behaviors based on experience. This cognitive flexibility is an essential tool in the wild, where the ability to quickly learn from one's surroundings can mean the difference between life and death. In captivity, however, this same adaptability can sometimes lead to unexpected escapes as the animals discover ways to interact with human-made devices and barriers that were never intended for them to use. The implications of such intelligence are profound, particularly when considering the design and operation of modern enclosures for these animals. Facilities housing big cats must continuously adapt to the challenges posed by the animal's learning abilities. What was once considered a secure, unbreakable barrier might become vulnerable when faced with a determined tiger that has figured out its weakness. As a result, zoos and sanctuaries around the world have increasingly turned to innovative technologies and design strategies to ensure the safety of both the animals and the public. These measures include reinforced locking mechanisms, redundant safety features, and even the use of behavioral enrichment programs that keep the animals mentally stimulated, reducing the likelihood that they will engage in escape attempts driven by boredom or frustration. The phenomenon of big cat escapes also sparks broader questions about animal cognition and the ethical dimensions of captivity. How do we reconcile the raw intelligence and natural ingenuity of creatures like tigers with the need to protect them, and the public, within a confined space? If a tiger can learn to open a door, what does that say about its capacity for understanding, creativity, and problem solving? And if such escapes occur with some regularity, are we, as custodians of wildlife, doing enough to provide environments that satisfy the mental and physical needs of these extraordinary animals? These questions challenge conventional wisdom and force us to re-examine the very nature of captivity. In many ways, each escape is a small rebellion against the constraints imposed on an animal whose mind is as rich and complex as any human's. The ingenuity of a tiger that figures out how to unlatch a door is a poignant reminder of the wild spirit that endures, even in the face of confinement. Some animal behaviorists argue that these escape attempts are not merely acts of defiance but are also expressions of a tiger's innate curiosity, a desire to explore and understand its environment. When a tiger manipulates a latch or climbs a fence, it is not only testing the physical limits of its body but also exercising its cognitive abilities. Such behavior could be interpreted as an effort to solve a puzzle, a natural impulse that has been observed in many intelligent species. This perspective invites us to appreciate these incidents not as failures of containment, but as remarkable demonstrations of the animal's inherent intellect and resourcefulness. They serve as powerful examples of how, even in captivity, the mind of a wild creature can find ways to challenge its limitations and redefine its existence. Moreover, the stories of tiger escapes have permeated popular culture, inspiring a mix of awe and concern among those who follow wildlife documentaries and conservation news. Videos of tigers manipulating locks or deftly scaling barriers circulate widely on social media, captivating audiences and igniting debates about the ethics of captivity and the natural intelligence of big cats. These narratives, rich in drama and emotion, have become part of the modern folklore surrounding these majestic animals. They remind us that beneath the veneer of powerful musculature and predatory instincts lies a mind capable of learning, adapting, and even outsmarting the tools that humans create to control it. In conclusion, the astonishing ability of tigers to learn how to open doors, climb fences, and escape from confinement is a testament to their remarkable intelligence and adaptability. These incidents illustrate that big cats are not merely driven by raw instinct, they possess a complex, resourceful mind that enables them to interact with their environment in unexpected ways. The incredible problem-solving skills of tigers challenge our assumptions about the limits of animal cognition and force us to reconsider how we design and manage the enclosures that are meant to keep these creatures safe and secure. As we explore the tales of tigers overcoming barriers, we are reminded of the enduring wild spirit that defines them, a spirit that continues to captivate and inspire awe in the hearts of people around the world.